So I just tried to film this fucking voiceover like 3 times out at a local park, and it was like the busiest, loudest day ever. And there's like a group playing rugby, and they almost hit me like 3 times in the space of the 20 minutes I was there. So I just left, and I have to do it again. Like, you can so hear that guy blowing leaves right now. And that's my show, so that work is in that show. So nearly just got hit with a rugby ball. But it's so funny because I literally have footage of this poor woman like just trying to catch the ball coming into frame like right next to me. But yeah, basically this was just supposed to be a little voiceover to accompany footage that I had, because I've been filming little bits from January to now, which is mid-April, but I just haven't had the time to edit them or compile them together. So I just wanted to give context to them. So I have about 2 weeks worth of footage, like previous footage, until I'm like up to date with now, like present day. I find them a bit awkward to do, but I just to give context, I think it's the easiest thing. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've been doing really, really late studio hours for the past few months, because since I moved into my studio in like November, from November to March, those 5 months, I had to make 3 new bodies of work. Well, 1 major body of work and then 2 kind of smaller, because I had 3 exhibitions. 1 at the end of January, 1 at the start of February. They were 2 group shows in Dublin, and then my solo exhibition, which opened April 3rd. So I was making all new work within those 5 months, so it was a crazy time. This specific work here is Sarah from the Bridget series, so it's all about Bridget. It was 2 tutors from my university. I just graduated this past year. They reached out to me and a few other graduates to do, basically they reached out to people who deal with mythology within their work, because this work is celebrating St. Bridget's Day, which is the 1st of February, so it's all about Bridget. So I made a series of new oil paintings. They're small scale in these soldered frames that relate to symbolism of the goddess and Saint Bridget. So for example, the solder itself has a kind of a metal looking quality to it, which references the fact that Bridget is the patroness of metalworking. So that's just an example. I did the technician work for this job as well, so I installed the exhibition. So I had to travel up to Dublin. So I was in Dublin for basically a week doing this. I think it was like a Tuesday to a Friday, which was really fun. And then we had the opening, which was opened by Fiona O'Loughlin, who's chair of the Oireachtas Women's Caucus. So that was kind of exciting.
1,000 acres. that was it. So can you imagine if we had a woman as Minister for Housing, what we'd be able to do? So that interlink between Bridget, between her creativity and politics is very, very important.
Then got the train back down to Cork. So it was just a lot of travel that whole time, which also made it hard to kind of edit stuff because I was doing preparatory work in between that for like, I'm doing applications as well. But also in between this, I was doing a workshop with my university. It was called Calling the Bird Ancestors. So it was all set at Tramore Valley Park, and it was run by one of my tutors, and it was really, really fun to be a part of. So it was inspired by Marcus Coates's performance at the Dawn Chorus, like his work at the Dawn Chorus. It's all about imitating bird calls. So here's a sample of us doing like a little workshop on that, like mimicking bird call. And then with Cork School of Music, we partnered with them and they were part of it, and they were kind of like speeding up and slowing down the sound, so to make it almost sound like our little bird call became like a whale sound, and then also it became like it sounded like an actual bird sound. It was really cool. We also did like a drum circle workshop thing, which was so much fun. So they were all the drums. And after that workshop, really late at night, we got to try out the carnex, which is the old Celtic horn that they used to blow when they were going to battle against like the Romans and stuff. But yeah, that was the carnex, and like it's really hard to play. I got it to work, but not very well. And then besides that, from like February to March, I was just constantly in studio. So this was February, like this is where my paintings were, early February, and then this was March. So that whole month was just crazy. It was just day to night, pulling all-nighters several times. And this was me painting over, like I kind of made like a cave entrance at the back, which I liked, but I just didn't have enough time, I think, to do it justice. So I had better ideas for what to do with the background. So I was just blackening that out and yeah, kind of working on the final details of this work. It was quite a lot. So all this work here was a part of my solo exhibition, but in between this work here for my solo show and the previous exhibition I just showed you and that bird workshop, I also had one more group show in between then, so the previous show opened January 31st, and then I had another show that opened in Dublin on February 6th, and that was more of a self-run exhibition, and I'll have more about that in the next video. But yeah, of course the weather was like really lovely throughout this whole time, and I couldn't go out. But yeah, and oh my god, yeah, this is my friend Kathy helping me acquire styrofoam. So I had gone around asking if people were throwing away styrofoam, and this one shop gave me like the biggest bag of styrofoam ever, and I had to lug it through the city, and I still don't know what to do with all that styrofoam. My studio still looks like this. It is a bomb site. I have to clean it so bad. This is just half of my studio as well. It's just a disaster. But it was a lot of sculpting and stuff, so I used the styrofoam as a base for these particular like horn like shapes, these spikes, and these are inspired by like the work I did for my degree show. It's kind of a little nod to that. So the styrofoam acts as a base to keep it light, and like each one is individually hand carved, like hand sculpted, and then they're attached to this wooden box which was built to go around a TV monitor. Yeah, this broke me. It was so much. That was the degree show work now that I was kind of making a nod to. So as I said, I'm just going to play like catch up on old footage that I have, and that'll be the next video as well. And then it's all still really cool though. It's like my other group show opening and all the prep going into it and prepping the work for my solo exhibition, and then the video after that will kind of be the opening, and that'll be up to date again, because for now, for me, like the opening has already happened, and it was really fun. And I got some really cool clips from it, so yeah, I'm very proud of it. So I'm excited to show more insights into that over the next few weeks.